Yeah, he was definitely just like motivating, like him being out and him not being able to play. He was still, just being a leader. Like nothing changed about him, and he helped our team.
Yeah, Chris, a lot of the talk this week is going to be about Haynes King. Just what challenges does he present? What stands out about his play to you?
Yeah, well, what stands out to me is definitely physical. They have a great like QB run game, a great O-line. So just stopping that. Our main goal this year was to stop the run. So that's been a great opportunity for us.
To kind of follow up on that, Tech had a lot of success running the ball against y'all last year. When you look at the mindset of stopping the run this year, how excited are you to take on the challenge of a team that had success running the ball against y'all last year?
Yeah, this year we're definitely super excited for it. We put in the work throughout the offseason and then now, so it's going to be a great opportunity.
Chris, Haynes King plays that kind of, wrecking ball mentality. He's not afraid of contact. Gunner plays that way too. I know he's got a black jersey on practice, but like, are there still times where, you have to let up? He forgets that he has a black jersey, anything like that?
Yeah, definitely for Gunner, he's a black jersey, so like it's no hitting him. So definitely when I got near him, I definitely just like let up. I mean, you can't the QB1.
Yeah, last year's game against Georgia Tech went 8 overtimes. What do you remember of that game? What was your sort of reaction when it was over, and what kind of impact do you think last year's sort of classic game carries into this year?
Yeah, I definitely remember from last year, definitely this game being physical. So, this year we're just focused on this game Friday. Just going to have great, just preparation throughout the whole week, be ready to play.
This game's referred to as clean old-fashioned hate. Is it a hatred with the Jackets? Is it respect? And being from out of state, when did you that first taste of the rivalry with Coach Smart? That it feels different. He knows how important this is to the head coach.
Yeah, from being out of state, last year I wasn't really sure about it, but now I definitely am. Most of our coaches, they actually played in the game, so it's nothing new to them. So this week, our coaches are just going to prepare us to have a physical game.
Chris, Georgia Tech was undefeated until 3 games ago. They took their first out, lost again this weekend. What does that do in terms of when you're watching them? In terms of does it kind of take a little bit of pop from this game? When you look at the matchup.
It definitely doesn't. Them losing to the teams, that has nothing to do with the game this Friday. So it's still going to be the same game and still going to be just ready and physical for it.
As a linebacker, with all the stuff you got to see Tech does in the backfield, how much does playing against them last year, having one of those games under your belt, help you this year as you look forward to playing them and start studying them on film?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely helps me a lot. I have experience from it, just anticipating the things that they're going to do before it happens. Their team, they do a lot of shifts and motions, try to get our eyes just everywhere. So just staying fit and just having our eyes on the right things, executing will help us.
Yeah, Chris, what did you think about how the linebackers played in the first full game without CJ, and just what kind of growth do you guys need to have this week getting ready for Georgia Tech?
Yeah, I definitely feel like we played good, but there's still room for improvement. Just going to get better this week as just tackling in our eyes and just our execution overall as a whole.
Yeah, how did the practice schedule get altered this week with it being a Friday game? Did you guys practice on a Sunday after a Saturday game? How'd that work?
Yeah, Sunday we just had walkthroughs, kind of just, they told us about like our scouting report. We had chatted with the whole offense and just kind of just walking through the plays like they do some. But now today is basically Bloody Tuesday on a Monday.
We've seen more of Justin down the stretch of this year. Just what do you feel like he's brought to the defense? And given how close you guys are, what's that like, seeing him play a bigger role?
Yeah, Justin definitely brings a lot to the whole team, not just the defense, but the whole team. He's definitely just like a leader. He definitely gets the team hypes in situations where like we're down. So he's just a great player overall, and he's just going to keep getting better.
Obviously, you mentioned some of the challenges with Georgia Tech's offense. Obviously, they have a physical quarterback and a lot of motions and stuff. Just after a game like this, what are you like physically and mentally, knowing that hey, I have to tackle their quarterback, but then also I got to make sure that my eyes are in the right place. What's the physical and mental challenge leading up to a game like this?
I say like the physical thing is just being physical on the line of scrimmage. It starts on the line of scrimmage, so not them being able to move us will help us, but just keeping our bodies right, getting the rest we need, and going to treatment will help us on Friday.
What stands out to you about the playmakers on their offense beyond Haynes King?
I say definitely like the running back room. Like their running back, he played like wide receiver before, so he's super flexed out, and their O-line's physical too. Just like the overall offense, like they have a lot of experience. It's going to be a great opportunity.
What excites you most about playing at the Benz?
Definitely the atmosphere. You know, the Dog fans, I remember playing, my first time playing there was last year versus Clemson. I just remember the Dog fans just being so loud, and it was a great experience. I love playing in the stadium.
It's been awesome seeing him step up. I mean, we've seen him working since the spring, knew he was more than capable. Great season last year as well for him. So I think he's finally gotten his opportunities and made the most of them, and it's no surprise to any of us.
Yeah, Kirby was talking about CJ and Landon and just how much they've got to learn outside of just running routes and catching the ball. Like, how have you seen those guys grow in just all the different aspects of being a receiver at Georgia over their freshman year?
Yeah, I mean, they've worked real hard since the spring, since they've been here, you know, and Coach Smart's thing is, like, development here and giving guys, young guys, new guys opportunities to play, and they've gotten those opportunities, and it's really awesome, honestly, seeing them just learn the game of football here.
What do you know at this point about this Georgia Tech defense y'all will be going up against, and just what stands out to you about that unit?
They're a physical team, physical defense as always, and we're focusing on, like, playing our game as well. You know, our offense playing as a unit, and knowing what their strengths are and having to attack the weaknesses as well.
What do you remember about last year's 8 overtime game, and how might winning in that fashion sort of help this team this year?
I wouldn't say it helped us at all this year. This is a new team on both sides. It's a fun game last year, but that's in the past, and we're kind of just worried about this year and going day by day.
Ask you about another freshman, Thomas Blackshear. We got to see him some. What kind of growth have you seen from him over his freshman year?
I've seen immense growth and just maturity as a person as well. He's a great football player and athlete, and seeing him learn, just like his football IQ's increasing and everything about him, it's been really fun, honestly, and seeing him make plays as well.
Hey, Len, I guess with a short week, I know Bloody Tuesday is now Bloody Monday today for you and the rest of the guys. I talked to ask you about just been here 2 years now, going through Bloody Tuesday, what that's like as a player. Your first time you went through it, what do you remember? How much easier is it, or is it easier for you to get through now than it was earlier?
Yeah, I mean, God, the first time it's everything like you hear about. It's physical. It's just another game. You know, every practice we say is a game, but the practices have not gotten easier by any means. I think I just know how to handle it and prepare myself throughout the day. And it's no slight task having a Bloody Tuesday, or I guess this week a Bloody Monday.
Yeah, just a quick follow. How much is it mental preparedness to kind of go through something like that?
Oh, I think that's what I've learned the most about these practices is you can't really just show up and practice. You have to prepare yourself like a game. And I think that is one of the points of having a practice like that.
London, you started out at Vanderbilt, but you've spent more of your career here now. Now that you've played, I guess, been 25, 24 games here at Georgia. You know, what's when you reflect back over the kind of the 2 years and how quickly they've gone? What are your thoughts? And just, you know, do you kind of have you been fully kind of accepted into what Georgia football is at this point? You know, obviously being someone who transferred in.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I think really within the first 6 months, I felt that being fully a Georgia football player. You know, they do a great job taking, obviously, freshmen, then transfers, and just putting their arm around us, whether it's coaches or older players that were here. And, like, not long after I showed up, I felt like pretty quick I was a part of this team and fully understood, like, how things operate around here.
Another follow-up on the transfer question, London. They moved the portal dates this year to January 2nd through the 16th, and there's only one portal. What do you think about those dates? I think you had to transfer in December. Those were the dates back then. Do you think this is better for a student athlete?
I mean, in all honesty, it was quite a while ago, the portal, when I was in it, and I'm sure things will change again too. So in all honesty, I don't know. I mean, my sights are not set on the portal. I don't really think about it much. I love everything about this place. So, but I'm sure they had good reasoning for that and moving the portal dates.
Is it maybe a little easier, you think, maybe that later after the season and not quite as immediate, I guess?
Possibly, yeah. I think it could give those athletes more time to, like, collect their thoughts and figure out what needs to happen for them.
You called the 8 overtime win fun. Was it exhausting? Was it draining? Like, what do you remember when the game
I mean, it was a long game, so was sure I was tired running on an adrenaline high the whole game. But it's one of those ones like you won't forget like being a part of, but it was a fun experience for sure.
You guys are going back to Mercedes-Benz. You played in there a couple times at this point. What have been your favorite memories of the games you played in Mercedes-Benz, and how helpful can it be just logistically that you guys have played in the stadium? You sort of know what that'll be like.
I mean, obviously the SEC championship. I mean, you can't really pass that one up when I'm thinking about past games. And then actually my first game with Georgia, we played there as well against Clemson. So those were both really cool memories. And then just having some experience, like you said, it's almost like a home game feeling and how you're just familiar with the stadium, and as simple as like getting off the buses and walking through the tunnels to the locker room. Those things, just one less thing to think about. So that's helpful.
So I want to ask you what's it been like playing with Zachariah Branch this year. You know, new guy coming in, the energy he seems to bring to the field. I imagine it's the same way in practice. What's been the fun part about being around him all the time?
He's just so energetic and joyful with everything he's doing. Like, even if it's on a day of, like, maybe I'm tired, you know, struggling, been a long day, hard practice, a bloody Tuesday, he just seems to always be smiling and energetic, running around somehow, and that only helps everyone around him, you know, just his body language, how he carries himself, and then, like, his vocal leadership as well.
Obviously, you know, Thanksgiving is this week. You know, just as a player that, you know, you guys play on Friday this year. You've done it twice now. Just what are some of the logistics of, you know, trying to be around family, but then also trying to stay focused, and, you know, just what is that lifestyle like? Just not really knowing or not having that, you know, I could just be off Thursday and just hang with the family. What is that like for you? And what are your emotions about it?
I mean, it's just part of playing college football. There's, like, if you're away from home, then you're not going to be able to be with your family unless they were to make a trip, you know? So just trying to make an effort. For me, my dad's birthday is also on Thanksgiving, so just making an effort to call them, check in on them. And then they'll make the trip for the game, at least my family will, so I'll get to see them after, which is always nice. But it's just kind of part of college football.
What else we have for London? All right, we got one more.
You talked about maybe attacking the defense's weaknesses, which I'm sure you look to do every week. But when you see a team that's maybe struggled before they head into your matchup, kind of is it important to get on them early to kind of keep their confidence down, or you know, what's the mindset?
It's really just about us and the offense as a whole. I think we come out and we play fast, as we've done and continue to strive to get better at. I think we just worry about ourselves and prepare with our game plan that we have coming in, then we should be all right.